Wallah, you're saying no to everything.
No, it's
Why are
not
you being so wrong for us?
बोले ना, haven't you seen? Assalamualaikum, I'm Hijab and today I'm here with Fia Speaks, and today we are going to talk about the real concept of hijab and niqab.
Okay, then let us first consider the command of hijab, which comes in Surah Nur, ayat number 31, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "And enjoin the believing women to cast down their looks and guard their private part, and not to reveal their adornment except what is apparent, and to draw their veils over their bosoms." Now, considering the part "Wala yubdina zinatahunna," not to display their adornments. How do you know what comes under them? Okay, Jab, let me ask you a few questions. What if I'm covering all of my body, like no piece of flesh is visible, but I'm covering it with a tight attire? Is it okay?
No, that's not okay.
Okay, what if I do use a shinier hijab or a fancier hijab?
No.
What if I'm covering my face but also using my jewelry with it?
No.
What if I do a little bit of eye makeup under my niqab?
No, these all things come under adornment.
Wallah, you're saying no to everything. Why are you being so
It's not actually like that.
You just declared everything is wrong while I see a big massive community is doing it. Haven't you seen that hijab friendly gym outfit?
Hijab friendly gym outfit? कौन सा hijab friendly
There
gym
is
outfit?
actually.
No, it's too tight. And it's not like that. Okay, Lee, these are all don'ts of hijab, and I tell you about do's of hijab. And I know everyone is struggling and everyone is trying to be on deen. Even if someone wears a piece of cloth on their head, even if someone wears a turban, it means at least they are trying. So when lots of women wear abaya, they are too tired or too fit around their body that they need another covering, and they are too tired. मैं ये सोचती हूँ यार सांस कैसे ले रही है इसमें, how they are breathing in it. So you cannot say that wearing a tight jeans and tight blouse is okay. At least we are covering ourselves. So how we are supposed to do hijab, how we are supposed to cover ourselves is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed it to us, how Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companion did it. Practiced it. So when the ayah of jilbab came down, the minimum hijab, the covering they did was jilbab. And what is jilbab? What is jilbab? Jilbab is a very long clothing, a very big attire that covers you entirely, that does not show the shape of your body. So the main purpose is not to show the shape of body, and if you are wearing a tight attire, then the shape of your body will be shown. Yeah,
Jazakallah, you explained it so well, mashallah. And from the definition of jilbab you just explained, I think that jilbab would be the best way to cover ourselves according to ayah. Because there is this one part that we extracted from the ayah, بِخُمُورِهِنَّ عَلَى جُيُوبِهِنَّ. That means to cover all over our jiyubihinna. To draw, that means to draw our veil all over our jiyubihinna. That is our bodies, our faces, our neck, and our chest area. So whatever the covering we are using, it has to be long enough to cover our chest area. It is a necessity to cover our figures. No, it is not enough to cover our hairs or our faces. We must cover our bodies as well. Now that we know what hijab is, I want you to address about a fact. Like, take me for instance. I am struggling with my hijab, and my hijab is not according to the definition you just described. But it's my life journey. What if I share my life journey or my struggles over my social media? What's wrong with that?
It's a very good question. Our struggles are between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not between us and people. So there is no need to show it off on social media. I know there is an ayah which says وَأَنَّ سَعْيَهُ سَوْفَ يُرَى, that your struggles will be seen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not demanded perfection from us. But at the same time, struggling is a good thing, but posting and publicizing your pictures would count as a sin, right? So firstly, you will mislead people who look up to us as an inspiration, like you're representing Islam to them. So there are two kind of people, the one who will appreciate us and the one who will judge us. ये हिजाब सब कैसे कपड़े पहनती है, हिजाब में jeans ऐसा, they don't know that you are struggling, right? So it will hurt none other than us. And this is how Shaitan is playing with both of us, the audience and the influencers.
So you will get disheartened and you'll leave even the hijab,
the piece of
whatever
cloth you
the
are
covering
wearing,
you're
right?
doing.
So publicizing a sin is much more serious than sin itself, because it carries with itself level of arrogance and promotion of illicit behavior. Instead of remorse over a sin, we are more caught up in trying to figure out how to show it off. There is a hadith which says that all of my ummah will be forgiven except those who sin openly. And what is sinning openly? It is a part of sinning openly when a man does something at night, then the following morning when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has concealed his sin. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has concealed his sin, he says, oh so and so, I did such and such thing last night. You know, they are showing off their sin and they are telling to the people about their sin which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already concealed.
Okay, now we get that publicizing is way more serious of a fitna than we think it is. It somehow tends to encourage us to do more extraordinary things just so we can show it to the world. Like we're so liberal being a hijabi or being a niqabi. Now we get that publicizing is way more serious of a fitna than we think it is. It somehow tends to encourage us to do more extraordinary things just so we can show it to the world. Like we're so liberal or so cool being a hijabi or niqabi. No, you cannot say that you can do anything in your hijab. Imagine a woman saying, I can sell drugs because my hijab empowers me.
No.
No, it doesn't. You need to understand, we all need to understand that this position, being a mu'mina, is already extraordinary. You don't have to do anything to be accepted by society. You are already accepted and chosen by Islam, the religion that deserves all the respect in this world. So start today by loving and respecting yourself. Jazakallah khairan.